What up, world? It's Maffew Ragazino Sr. and you're now tuned in to a PMG conversation with your guy, the Senior. It's Senior!
Assorted color strings on my JanSport. Used to hoop it up with low blocks over Amboy. Clyde stole my upper deck cards out my gym locker. Swear to God, I wish Frankie.
Crazy shit, they going into the vault back there. That's where they make holograms at. Candid right here, man. This is like great real estate. This is like if you got a crib downtown Brooklyn when it was nothing. Right now it's looking crazy.
Hollywood right now.
It's looking like Hollywood right now.
Stadium and all that shit coming. You know what I'm saying?
Stadium and all. Yo, you see back here, we at Daddy's house. This shit look like the place where they got like making a Biggie hologram or something like right now. They got this shit blocked off. Crazy, man.
Let's get it started, man. Let's get started. Yo, before we get started, how you pronounce the last name? It's
Ragazino.
Ragazino.
My man Peso was like, yo, Rigatoni, man, I got a song for that shit too. I got lyrics for that. It's like, yo, this Maffew Ragazino.
I knew that.
Ragazino or some shit like that. I couldn't really hear him over the music. I'm like, huh? I had to pull him to the side. Yo, my name is Ragazino, man. No disrespect, I know I just met you. I fucks with you, you cool. But don't stop pronouncing my name wrong, my nigga.
Yo, what up, man? We got the homie Maffew Ragazino Senior in the building. You know what I mean? Here at Daddy's House Studios. Gonna chop it up with a few. First of all, everybody know where you from. For those who don't know.
From a very bad neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York, called Brownsville. Rockaway and Mother Gaston. I'm from New York City. A lot of people get scared. I don't want to mess up no business opportunities when I say I'm from Brownsville. The motherfuckers be thinking they're going to get the camera stolen and shit like that. So I'm going to just say I'm from New York.
That's what
I'm
it is.
from Brooklyn. Pretty block. Where trees grow.
Man, so you, I mean, you've been definitely making your rounds around the net. You know, music's been out for a while now, man. Everybody knows just basically how did you make your own
though, right?
Not too long, you know what I mean? Up and coming.
I'm still a fresh face.
Definitely, you know what I mean? But everybody know how did you end up getting your break into the scene onto the internet?
As corny as it may sound, I got my break as far as the web goes. Like, it started with a record that I had with Master Ace called Where I'm From, talking about my neighborhood and just really being very consistent and very persistent with heat. And, you know, my partners just going at everybody, making sure that they know who I am, whether they like my music, whether they post my music or not, just making sure that the awareness is raised with those figures that are very influential on the web. And we doing the same thing in the streets too, slowly but surely, grinding hard, just making sure the awareness is there, whether you like it or not. But basically, to sum it all up, that's how I got my break on the web.
That's what it is.
Shout out to all the websites that support me, that supported me, that still support me. I appreciate the love.
Alright, so for those who don't know, you work with the legendary Clark Kent. How did you and Clark end up meeting?
That's my OG. Like, I knew him since I was a youngin'. Since I was still in high school. Like, I met him a long time ago through a mutual friend at a record store that no longer exists. And, you know, I let him hear a couple of my rhymes, and a couple of other people did too, and he happened to like mine better. So of course we clicked and kept in contact. And I got older and got better. Not to sound corny and real quick, but then he was like, yo, I fuck with your music. I like your shit now, finally. And he started making moves.
Alright, that's what it is. Your last project was Rhyme Pays. Pretty much for a lot of people that was an introduction, a full-length introduction, so to speak. How did you pause? Yeah. How do you feel that? How do you feel that?
Ron Jeremy, a full-length introduction.
How do you feel that was received, man?
I don't. I shouldn't be here having this conversation right now with the type of shit that was on there, in my opinion. You know, everybody's gonna have their own opinion, but it comes in due time and due grind. Like I told my big brother Master Ace today when he was telling me about his tour dates. I said, you know, God willingly, in due time, in due grind, with those two things fused together, at max rates. I should, you know, be in a better space than I was last year. At the same time, you know what I mean? Like next year, I don't want to be here. I want to be doing something greater. But Ron Pace, I think it was great. It's a conversation piece. It was a full-length project with one rap feature that showed people that I could hold my own. All original production, which showed people, you know, a little bit of production that I like. I got together with my partner Shy Banger and executive produced it, which showed my mental state as far as putting together an album from bottom to top, as well as song structure, as well as lyrical content, how I can, you know, be lyrical, talk my bullshit, and then go to a place where I'm putting myself in a vulnerable state and I'm discussing my daughter, like the ISIS record that DJ Clark Kim produced. You know, it showed my range, a little something. It's about to get crazier though, man. Black Gold should be sometime in June.
That's the next project that the people should be expecting from you.
Red Gems, Black Gold. That's the sequel to Red Gems, the collection. It's gonna be crazy, man.
All right, so you did a record, man, that was called D-Steps on the L Train, which if you from NY City, man, that was definitely a deep record. What inspired that?
Honestly, like hearing tales as a youngin' about these little voyages that those guys used to go on and their run-ins with other street groups or crews, whatever you want to call them. My uncle, Winsweet, who was part of the D-Steps, he's currently incarcerated, doing 40 years. And I think about him a lot. That's my big homie. Like, he influenced me a lot as far as music goes. And one day I just sat and thought about his life. And I wanted to try to like step in his shoes lyrically and do an ode to him, and it turned out to be D-Steps on the L Train. Shout out to my man ATG, who produced the beat that inspired that emotion. But that record is a beautiful record, and a lot of people like the video because they feel like it matches the song. And that's not something that you get a lot these days. But I'm glad that a lot of people feel that way.
Definitely. So you definitely would be considered a part of the new wave that's up and coming in New York City right now.
And that's an honor.
How do you feel about what's going on in terms of hip hop in NY right now?
As far as hip hop goes in New York, I feel like I'm blessed because for one, we have outlets like the internet that kind of like cuts corners a little bit, just a teeny bit for guys like myself who might not have, you know, the backing of a machine, a big machine. I feel good. I feel really good. I feel like, yes, things could be a lot better, but in due time, in due grind. And I feel like I'm in a good space also because very rarely does anyone who mention New York hip hop, new New York hip hop, do they ever forget my name? And that's a blessing because that means that I'm on radars. So that means that I'm like, I got a foot in, which means that now I just got to get the victory. I got to barge my way in the rest of the way.
All right,
they already allowed a foot in, and that's a lot to begin with because you got a lot of people who would kill to be in a slot like such.
Definitely. So speaking of having one foot in, man, when XXL put out the whole voting process for the freshman category, freshman 2012 cover, I should say, you was definitely one of the names I expected to see up there. What did you think about not making that list? Like, was that something that you was looking forward to, or was it just like a blase blah type of thing to you?
Yeah, I didn't really do too much thinking about it. More so, my fans did more. I'm not mad at the list at all. Like, you know, everything has its purpose, everything has its reason. I'm just trying to get my name to a point where it's household. And that's what those guys that are on the cover, you know, they've accomplished that. No matter how they got there, they're there. And I guess they deserve that. And I salute that, I commend that. But, you know, just because you make a cover or you don't make a cover, that doesn't mean that you're going to be successful or unsuccessful.
I dig. So, what's the rest of the year looking like for you, man? What's 2012 bring for Maffew for the rest of the year?
Shout out to my guy Harry Fraud. I'm working on some shit with him on a. It's not on. I can't say. I was about to say on the low, but
you just said it, so it ain't on the low.
Yeah, it's not gonna be on the low. Shout out to my guys That's Racist. I've been, doing some work with them here and there. You can check out A Day in the Life on Hulu right now, featuring Harry Fraud and Maffew Ragazino. They're on That's Racist Voyage, Philip Glass, Carnegie Hall shit, etc. We did a studio session and they filmed that too. Black Gold, Red Gems, Black Gold. The sequel to Red Gems, a collection mixtape I'm working on right now. And it's coming out incredible, very incredible. And I'm not saying that because it's my work. I'm coming from an honest place when I say this is my best work to date. And it's so incredible. I got a couple of features that'll probably surprise people. They make sense. And then with people that I've been building relationships with and artists that I genuinely appreciate their work. But I got some features that's gonna surprise a lot of people. Production from a lot of people that, is probably gonna be a shock of your life. I got my man Bink Dog on there. I got my man, the legendary, the Grammy Award winning Bink Dog. I got Harry Fraud. I got my home team, of course. I got Vinyl. Come on, man. You already know. Vinyl Frontier. You already know what that is. I got Shot Banger. My partner Big Throwback. Forgive me if I forget any names. Got my man Tremaine Beats out of Chicago, is youngin'. He like the Prince of the Slap. I got some heat, man. I got some heat, seriously.
That's
man.
what it is, man.
A lot of heat.
Yeah, y'all definitely stay tuned, man. Maffew got a lot of shit coming, man. We are PMG.net. Appreciate you, brother.
Shout out to my man Rock Marciano too. I just got off the jack with him, and we got some shit too, man.
Yes, sir.
Some serious shit, man. Marciano, Ragazino, Black Mob bullshit. You already know.
Yes, sir. All right.
My best friend mom was on that crack rock. She stole half of his pack, took it to Tap Scott. No lies in my rap op. I've been in the same studio where they shot pop.